What's up, El Samahi? Sorry, yes, dude. So much work going on. Just trying to get it all set. But we are here. Game is about to start. I guess it's a little delayed because we still have about, I think it was counting down. We still have about 7 minutes till game time. So we are right on time, and you are right in the right place. Appreciate you joining. Oh man, I got to go on D&D so I can stay focused. What's up, y'all? Diogo, what's up? All right, Scotland it is. R.I.P. Diogo Jota. What's happening? What's up? What's up, y'all? Game is just starting up. Everybody's late. I think they're late putting it together. I got a homeboy coming in. He's late. I'm late. So we're all here. We're all ready. Unc, you got to read the chat a little, bruh. All right, cool out, Diogo. Cool out. They played for. All right, whatever. I gotta get on my do not disturb. All right. Shoot, hold on. Let me get Chris Ramirez. What's up, brother? We're here. I got so much going on. Uh, guys, today let's not fight. Chris Ramirez, who are you going for? I don't remember y'all fighting too much. I do remember Jordan took over the stream yesterday, though, so maybe. We got it coming up next. It says it starts in 2 minutes. Let's get it popping. All right, we're set. I'm sending. I'm done sending. Oh, I gotta send my cousin. My cousin keeps calling me. Yo, they're really making this. They got the noise up. The boy Diogo said he's very tired today. How was the trip, Diogo? Chris Ramirez, he's going for PSG. I'm not gonna lie. I wanted Real Madrid just because I didn't want PSG to trounce, but nah, I want the best team to win, and I want my teams to win. And PSG, y'all know, ECC Paris. So that's where we're going. 4-3 PSG is your prediction. I don't think PSG's defense is that bad. Obviously, they're missing Pacho, and now they're missing Lucas Hernandez, but I don't think Real Madrid's dropping. I don't know, though. Mbappe, this is about to be a great game. Here we are. Man, 10 seconds in. It's game on, y'all. Either way, it's game on. We're going. I'm going to go live on Instagram in a second. I wish I was here to see how good Jordan is. Charters told me that he's the GOAT. Jordan is lit, bro. Definitely a good guy. Unfortunately, I don't think he's making it today, but. Salam alaikum, El Samahi. Thank you for showing up early. I'm sorry I'm late to the stream, but we're here. Mbappe versus his old team, y'all. All big stuff. Let me get on IG. And here comes Jude. Back heel, Mbappe back heel, and Vinny slows it down, but he finds Valverde. They're going to start off strong, bro. They are starting off strong. Let me jump on IG. Xavi Alonso going to have Madrid coming out firing. Uh-oh. But here comes a counterattack. And Doué, look at these boys. Doué! Valverde can't stop you, boy. Oh, my God. 4 players on Doué, bro. Good movement. Lee Kang-in starting. Let's do it. Okay. Yo, what are we thinking? What are we thinking seeing the first couple of touches? Are we thinking that Arsenal robbed us of an epic Champions League semifinal? Because that's what it looks like. Also, love that Tchouaméni is playing in his rightful position in the midfield. That makes me happy because that's how I see Madrid. Arda Güler playing the double pivot with Tchouaméni, or maybe they're playing that 3 in the midfield, and we see Jude playing. Oh, I love it. Charters used to play for what team, bro? Is Hakimi playing? Hakimi is playing, brother. Hakimi is playing. He's out on the right. Literally, I'm seeing everybody except for Mendes. I don't see Mendes. Let me double check. We do see Usman and then Fabian Ruiz. Oh! Fabian Ruiz, top of the right corner of the box, puts in a low curling shot that had to be saved by Thibaut Courtois. That's one good save for Thibaut Courtois. I do see Mendes up top now. He's there. He's all the way up. He looks like another striker. Hakimi playing against Fran Garcia. Yeah, Real Madrid started with the vibes, but and it's a save, bro. This is a game. If y'all aren't watching this game, y'all got to turn this on ASAP, bro. And here comes Mbappe against his former team, a Meg, and they out, bro. I hope this is to Mbappe. Oh, Arda Güler getting in Mbappe's way, but wow, bro. What's good, Lancelot? Bro, this game is already piped up already. We're seeing this game. We're seeing all vibes. Let me FaceTime my cousin. He's FaceTiming me. He might be at the game. He lives in New York. Mbappe versus Hakimi, Chris, yes, but it's really Mbappe running through the middle. So it's really Hakimi versus hold on, let me cut this off. It's really Hakimi versus Fran Garcia as far up the field as Hakimi is. And then Mbappe is going to be playing against Marquinhos and Beraldo, it looks like. Come on, PSG, says Paul Rogers. Finally, we're on the same squad. They are getting crosses in, boy. This is a game. Oh, my God. Somebody spilled in an early goal. Golazo, Fabian Ruiz. Just like that. And now it's starting to look like with this early goal that Real Madrid could be run out of the building very quickly, bro. Very quickly. Yikes. Oh, my God. Are you guys seeing the score right? Yeah, I guess you are. I don't know why it's not showing up right on my screen, but we're here. 1-0 El Samahi. This might look like the same game as Inter, which makes me afraid for Chelsea, to be honest. Look at Doué. 1v1, impeccable. Man, Asensio, clear the ball, bro. Yikes. I don't even want to go like that, but we know that PSG brings the pressure. It needs to be route one out of the back. Asensio, the young, starlet for Real Madrid, showing his age there. Tough. Fabian Ruiz looked like he was wondering what it was. Lancelot, facts. What's wrong with Asensio? I don't know. It was just a bad touch, to be honest. I don't think he even saw Dembele coming. But Dembele, I mean, honestly, that's what Luis Enrique has got this team doing. They are turnover first. Here comes Vinny Jr., though, trying to feed it back in. And Real Madrid do have that ability, bro. Paul Rogers says Trent bottled it and faked an injury. Man, we're going to get Liverpool hating all day long from Paul. All right, let's put this down. Yeah, Vinicius really going to be on the left hand. He's right now on the right side, messing with Mendes. Mbappe through the middle. Oh, my God. 2 defensive mistakes. Here comes Mbappe again, and that's a goal. That's number 2. It's game over, bro. 2 center backs mistakes. Facts, El Samahi. We might end this. We might go home early, bro. It's definitely PSG. It's definitely PSG, and it's definitely how PSG want to do it. Two turnovers, 2 goals. It looks scary. Scary hours. Oh, man, my boy's here. My boy's here. This is a perfect time while it's a goal to let him in. Yeah, this shit is a rout already. This shit is a rout. Oh man. Chat, what are we thinking, man? Is it just absolutely a rap city? What's on? Come on in. You just saw the second goal. 2 goals, 2 center back mistakes, 2 turnovers, bro. It was that simple.
Oh wow. Where am I on camera at?
All everywhere, only on the iPad right now. This man don't want to be on camera. I'm playing. Keys, is everyone playing against Courtois? Right. Courtois already saved 2 big ones. So that's what? 4 goals PSG could have had in the matter of 9 minutes, bro. Craziness. Absolute craziness.
How was it delayed?
I have no idea. That's what we were trying to figure out. Hey, cool out. Get up. Congratulations, PSG, for the win, says Lancelot at the 9. Come on now. You already know. Real Madrid of all teams, they have that dog in them. They're going to find a way. But PSG, it's suffocating. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Liverpool circa like 2018, 2019, when, you know, it was really them and Man City. But Man City would pass you to death. And Liverpool would just run it down your gut. Like, this is the 2025 rock and roll football. It's got players with a lot better, a lot more skill, right? Like Doué and Dembele and Kvara is way different than Firmino, Salah, and Mane, but same kind of principles. You attack, you press hard first, and then you go with it. Xabi Alonso must feel pissed because it's really just 2 center back mistakes. It's not anything else other than that. Paul Rogers said, I told you PSG are going to romp. All right. We're in the 11th minute. Let's see if they can slow them down. Get off me. Get up. AA Ron, this is actually insane on Instagram. Facts, bro. Absolute facts. This is crazy to see. I don't think anybody was fully expecting this, but I think everybody thought this. We all knew that PSG were the overwhelming favorites coming in. But for them to route this, especially after how Real Madrid started with 2 back heels and a shot on target. Like, it's crazy how stuff has changed. Paul Rogers said that he hopes they hammer Madrid. What's El Samahi talking about? Catastrophic defensive mistakes from Rudiger and Asensio. Facts. I'm not looking at that dog. What is DOWG? What's that, Lancelot? What's a dog? Is my mind just broken right now? Alvaro Cordon Luna, what's happening, bro? Yeah, bro. Asensio, Rudiger didn't do their thing on this one. We're going to see, though. Hopefully they slow it down. Oh, my God. I mean, the more I see this and the more I see, hey, stop it. Yeah. The more I see it, the more I'm afraid for Chelsea, bro. That's really how I'm feeling. Conference League winners versus Champions League winners. It might show quite a gap, but we're going to see. Because PSG look like it's time for a dynasty. My dog cannot contain her excitement. Obviously, you guys know Baby the French Bully is a PSG fan. El Samahi wants me to wear an Al Ali shirt. Man, I wish I had met you early in the tournament, brother. I would have found an Al Ali, and we would have definitely popped that up. Maybe if I can figure out where to get one, I'll make it happen. Because I do have a lot of rent. I have an what is it? Cape Town FC jersey, and I also just added another one to my repertoire, which I'll show you at halftime. It's a Bali United jersey. Really dope. My boy got it. Shout out AJ. El Samahi, Lancelot, thank you guys. Baby the French Bully, she's always around. My girl Annie, back in the building on Instagram. What's up? Hope you're dual watching France-Wales. It's a damn game over there too. Really? because the route that England just had against Netherlands, man, I am not dual watching. Actually, I could dual watch though. Now that you say something, we are in the lab. Of course, we're gonna do that. But it started a lot earlier. This Club World Cup game started a little bit later. That is a good point. Let's get these TVs going. Put them to work. Oh, perfect timing. 1-1 France women's against Wales. Wait, but who did England lose to their first? Oh, they lost to France. Right. Okay. Wow. So the group of death is group of deathing right now. In the women's Euro. Relentless is the word. Just high press everywhere. The quality of Real Madrid, they can't do anything with it. What's going on? Oh yeah. Bouge de la, boo boo. Come sit down.
Is it just a blank PSG jersey?
Yeah. I actually don't typically put names on my jerseys back. I remember a long time ago, my dad said, never wear another man's name on your back. Sophia Smith obviously is a different vibe. And then I have a Reece James jersey too. But more often than not, you're not going to see nobody. And then basketball, it's kind of tough. It's actually like more expensive to get a blank jersey than to not, you know what I mean? To then get like because they sell the LeBron James off the rack. They sell the
I've actually never seen them blank.
Basketball jersey? Yeah.
Except this is your last name.
Yeah, like
Drogba.
Yeah.
Neymar.
Yeah. Those I've never worn though. Those were for the wall. But yeah, true. I do have Drogba, Neymar. Oh. Yeah, I'll get a person's jersey if I can put it on the wall, but wearing somebody's name on my back like I'm their property and shit. Am I gonna what?
You're not gonna get your boy Lamine Yamal.
I'll get Lamine Yamal's jersey for sure and put it right on that wall. Hopefully I can get like a Lamine Yamal Drake OVO collaboration. That's what we'll do.
Travis Scott one.
Or the Travis Scott one. Why is this?
New jerseys were tough.
I didn't really like them.
Really?
Yeah, the like thicker lines.
I love that shit.
I didn't like them, but I'm really excited about the third kit because it's like purple or something like that.
I like all the traditional colors.
El Samahi's back. He's another minute ahead of us. Rushar, aka Aaron, said Madrid need to send the Saliba bid now. Bro, I don't even know if Saliba got it like that, honestly. Oh no. DAZN is starting to piss me off. As much as I've praised DAZN, and I bet you they're going to throw an ad up here while I go back in. As much as I've praised DAZN, we're watching the semifinals now, and they're just throwing that little thing up on screen a little bit too much for my liking. And so now I'm grabbing my controller every time, and I'm just trying to click away from it. And now I accidentally, like the thing went away, so I clicked out of the whole game. And to get back into the game, you watch an ad. It's crazy. Looking at this tournament, Chelsea have had a lucky side of the draw. I don't want to hear that from a Liverpool fan, man. We play whoever's in front of us. The only game we lost was against Flamengo in the group stage. We move. Not to mention, Flamengo was the least, I don't want to say the least powerful, but I definitely think Fluminense and Palmeiras are better than Flamengo. Maybe not. Maybe not. Either way, we in the final, everybody else not, including Real Madrid, what it looks like. This is crazy. And then they put all these ads up? That's crazy. What's up, Eric Wiley? He's in here. He says, wow. I can't watch in for long, but yeah, bro. I mean, it's middle of the day, but you got to do your thing. Crazy game. Vojtek, long time no see. Benfica baller. Good to see you, bro. Wiley, appreciate that note. And yes, I did for this. Paul Rogers said, I would suit a Liverpool top. I'm a good looking fella. You know, I do get, what's my boy's name? I do get Cody Gakpo all the time. Real Madrid will advance, says El Samahi. That's what I like to see. I like to see a little questions. Footy Travelers just joined on Instagram. How the Madridistas feeling now? I can't tell because I accidentally exited out of the DAZN app and it just gave me 5 ads. Okay, we're back. Hakimi just missed a shot. Yeah, the Fabian Ruiz shot was amazing. And now here comes Courtois again, having to dive low. Here's Vinny. Oh, my God. And Mendes, the best left back on the planet right now, is handling Vinny. This speed is nasty. Yeah, Paul Rogers, Kobe Gakpo. Yeah, great tackle, Paul Rogers. Facts. Hold on. Let me see. What's wrong? And so should both Pacho and Hernandez should be out for the final. But I think they're fine with Beraldo back there. I don't think Mbappe, Vinny have tested them yet. This is crazy. Here it is. I don't think Gonzalo Garcia is going to last. I think Rodrigo got to get in. There we go. Yeah, like this PSG midfield is just nasty. Desiree Doué is handling Fran Garcia, but we knew that. We knew Real Madrid needed a right back. We know they probably need a center back option as well. Kvaratskhelia, back heels. Paul Rogers said, I got Gakpo money with that swimming pool. Man, how much do swimming pools cost in the UK? Because they are expensive out here, but I ain't got Gakpo money, I can tell you that. Chris Wong, bro, is Jonathan Ta. Boy, stop. Here's Mbappe against his former team, and it pops up. Man, great defense yet again. And this damn free upgrade for DAZN, bro. Like, good stuff, Marquinhos. Eric Wiley, what are you saying? Paul Rogers has a point. I mean, it reeks of backroom handshakes and understanding, tinfoil hat vibes. Are you talking about Chelsea getting the good side of the bracket? Again, remember, nobody were saying that when y'all were laughing at us for losing to Flamengo. So, yeah, sometimes the cookie just crumbles the right way. All the Brazilian teams got first in their bracket, which meant Chelsea had to go second. El Samahi, Real Madrid has 2 idiots in defense. Come on now. Rudiger is a legend. Chelsea legend as well. Lancelot says, where's Trent? That's a great question, bro. I guess he got injured. Oh, my God. Dembele to the speed of Hakimi, and this is goal number 3 for sure. Oh, no. Ruiz scores. Yikes. Fabian Ruiz. Is this game over by halftime, y'all? Like, what's up? This is in FIFA, this is a house, right? This is a restart, immediate. Jesus. I mean, look how they counter.
Jude Bellingham playing?
Everybody's like, "Where's Trent? Where's Jude?" All of them are playing, bro. But
Really?
no. I mean,
I've seen him once.
Trent's not playing. I don't know what happened to Trent. I don't know. I guess he got injured or something. But I think Guler needs to get out. Man, yeah, I don't know why Trent's not playing. But you can't see the midfield at all. Bellingham, Guler, or Chouameni. They're gone. Dog, I'm looking at the FOT mob ratings. Look at the two center backs. How dare they do that to Courtois after his saves? But they gave Rudiger and Asensio 4.4 and 4.5 respectively. That's crazy. You know what the problem is? I think it's teams who try to play. Like, maybe you need to really park the bus against this team. But I don't think you can park the bus. Because they're equally as good at intricate playing and possession. So pissing me off. Who, Bellingham? Yeah. And he's popping in, keeping us abreast of Wales, France. Allons-y, tous les France. Tous les Français. Oh, man. Yeah, it will be time to switch on over to the Women's Euro. I'm not going to lie. Since I can't get it up. These guys said Madrid have to manufacture some type of momentum to not get scored on.
Where's Spain's women's in the Euro
right now? They're in group stage, but Spain's women have blown out both teams they've played. 5-0 and 4-0, I think, or something like that. I mean, Women's Euro kind of is sewn up. We're going to see how France does against Wales, but if they're struggling against Wales, Spain, they beat England, which was big for France, even though I think England's a better team. England bounced back today and smashed Netherlands.
You think Spain has the best women's player in the world?
I think they have the best women's players in the world.
Players? Really?
Yeah, I think they have multiple women's players. I think only second to England. I think Lauren James is a diamond. France has a lot of good players too, but Spain is just next level. But Aitana Bonmati, she's for Spain. She's won Ballon d'Or like 2 years in a row or 3 years in a row, something like that. 6-2, huge. What? No. And he says France are better than England, which they proved, right? They beat them, but I think there was an offsides call that didn't go England's way, which would have put it 1-0 England at the beginning of the game. And I think France just handled it. Spain, best team in the world, says Annie. Big facts. That's an undeniable. Obviously, the World Cup winners. Finished 4 points behind Barca in La Liga this season. Fox Sports and VIX.
Who has the best women's club league in the world?
Honestly, it's probably between the WPSL, which is the women's super, or I guess it's called the WSL, Women's Super League in Europe, and the American Women's League.
Where's the one in Europe you're talking about?
It's like English Premier League. Oh yeah, sorry, in UK, the Women's Super League. Like maybe, like they need to pop it up smaller in the corner.
Well, all the Spain players, all of them play in Spain, though, right?
Huh?
All the Spanish women play in Spain, club-wise, right?
Yeah, I mean, shit. Basically, all the Spanish women play for Barcelona too.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
You know, it's like Barcelona and Real Madrid. It's very homogenous Spain stuff, just like you see in the men's team. Yeah, they all play in Spain. They all play for Spain. They all play the same system. They all, tiki taka, and now they're actually, allowing their black players to kind of come through the ranks. So you're seeing absolute generational ballers like Selma Padiahuelo and Vicky Lopez, like crazy. Like they have 2 Lamine Yamals on their team. You know what I mean? And I guess technically Spain got Nico Williams and Lamine Yamal. So I love it. I love what Spain are doing on the women's side. I don't like it on the men's side. Maybe I'm just more biased. More biased against Barcelona men's team. Oh my God, Mendez. Just like a step over. He didn't even move. And he says NWSL is definitely the best league. Uy, Krava. He wants to get on here. 40th minute for the women's Euro, by the way. 1-1.
Oh, who gets paid better for women?
That's actually a great question, and I would imagine it's comparable, but I believe that the NWSL definitely gets paid better. They just have better contracts. Like now, there was certain things for a while. Why isn't it playing? There was a thing for a while where at least Angel City FC, as we get our first cooling break, and because this game is such a rout, chat, come on, switch on over with me. We're watching France versus Wales in the Euro. But Angel City's team did guaranteed contracts, and they did you can't trade me without my permission. I think they've subsequently stopped that because you just can't run a business that way. But they definitely were trying to make this a players first league, or at least that a players first team. And I really haven't stayed stuck on it. Esther Gonzalez, who's Spain's striker, does play for Gotham. I forgot about that. Annie, see, Annie keeping me honest out here. I love it. Ousmane Dembele with a goal and an assist. It's crazy. Easy work for him too. All we're seeing are highlights of PSG running the route. Annie, just so you know, we're dual screen with it right here. We got the Women's Euro and the Club World Cup on here in the EPB studios. We're big chilling. I haven't heard much from my YouTube chat, though. What do you guys? Are you guys asleep? I guess you guys are like, Club World Cup's over. Time to switch over. That Rudiger mistake, I just don't understand. I've never seen. He's such a veteran. Asensio is a bad touch. Okay, that happens. My man got the goldfish. Can I get a little goldfish, my brother? Give your boy a little pour. You know what I mean? Yeah, my friend. Yeah. Good looking. Goldfish are my nemesis. Once you pop, the fun really don't stop. Look, PSG's counterattack is so crazy. The ref cannot even keep up. He's just gassed running. Look at Luka Modric. And I'm going to tell you right now, Luka Modric do not want to be out there on that field. Chat, oh my God, I've been missing everything you're saying. I thought you guys weren't talking. It's me. Leon O'Sullivan, my Irish representative, my Irish baller. What's happening? He's here. He says, come on, PSG. Rusherm says France dominates in colonization and football over England. Just facts. Okay. As we see in real time, France gets a PK. And this will be when they really open up. Real Madrid remains a great team. El Samahi, are you already giving up on your team already? Rusharm says Spirit are the best in the NWSL. He is also from DC. We got that Barca flavor now that we took the Barca women's coach. That's facts. You got Barca flavor with Barca type gunners and all my favorites. Trinity Rodman. Who's going to take this PK? Cooling break for PSG, disaster break for Real Madrid. El Samadi says, Real Madrid managed to score 2 goals before the end of the half. Things will be much easier. I think Real Madrid should just manage to get the ball, get possession of the ball first. Like, we got to step first things first. All right. PK 1-1, France, Wales. We're seeing Khadija 2 step up for the PK. What is... Oh, my God, Fox. That's what Fox going to do to us?
Wow.
Your preview expired. Sign in. But it looks like France scored the PK.
Way to tell the PK was supposed to be.
That was wild. That was extremely wild.
Oh.
That was some absolute bullshit. I'm not going to lie to you. The Turkey International. Woo! Kvaratskhelia with a turn, a steal from Mbappe, a Meg, and here we go with another counterattack. This looks like it could be 4, but great tackle from Jude. Great fucking tackle from Jude. He's over here yelling at him, at Gonzalo, for losing possession. What are you watching on?
YouTube TV.
Oh, you have YouTube TV? Can you tether here? I don't even know what you can tether to, though. This TV is kind of old.
That's Office, AirPlay,
That's this one. Which I can switch them. Let's see.
You don't have like a streaming app?
I have a million streaming apps, but I don't have Fox.
Or TV.
Yeah, I don't have cable streaming.
Wow.
Fucking worst. It's the worst, man. They try to just hand tie us with all these apps, all these cable and this and that. Wow, Mbappe.
You want me to put it up?
Wow. Let me double check. So we're watching on the Fire Stick, which is being broadcast out to
We're on the computer.
You know, we'll do this. We'll do. How can you do it on the computer? Yeah, can you type it in?
Yeah.
All right, let's see that.
damn technology, y'all. All Real Madrid fans should respect them. Facts. What do you go to though? You just go to YouTube TV. You want to? Yeah, you do.
Is it on there now?
Lancelot says, with Luis Enrique in charge, I see PSG as a serious team. Also, there you go. I agree. I mean, I've seen PSG as a serious team for 10 years, but I mean, oh yeah. But they were just, they've been just trying to get over the hump, and now they are able to get over this hump, the hump. Oh fuck! You have to use a Google account.
Yeah. So just.
Yeah. Oh my God. Goal! Oh my God, Krava. Kvaratskhelia. That's the Google passkey. Yeah, I'll take this one. Yeah, El Samahi. It's the same thing. It's like this is how PSG play. They have the ability to possess the ball, but they want to break you down by turning you over. And they are so nasty on the counter. Wait, you got to do it again? Or it already allowed it for you? Or do you want to try another way? You can also enter a password.
Yeah, I was just going to enter the password.
Yeah. But when you enter the password, it's going to be like, go to your device. Yeah, exactly. There you go. We're getting it set, man. We're still trying to get the women's Euros up here. Fox is hoeing us, making us sign into all kinds of things. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it should pop up on like either a Gmail app, Google app. Mine doesn't on Google Photos. Kvara had an interesting season, left Napoli and won 3 league titles in a Champions League.
You gotta click
This one? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I had a debate with a homeboy of mine who said Kvara is world class. What do we think about that? Oh shit! Okay.
There it is.
Top right. Come on, mouse. Good looks.
Top right.
Evan saves the sweat. We got. Oh, come on now. We got both games going now. Thank goodness. For any time we're getting bored of this Madrid trouncing. Oh wow! It's only the 6th minute. And at halftime, so I guess it was only like a 10-minute delay in this Club World Cup because they were both supposed to start at 12. Total attempts at goal 10. Dembele with 4 in a goal, Hakimi with 2, Fabian Ruiz with 2 and 2 goals. Clinical, and now he's hurt. Napoli fans called him a madman. Rusherm says, okay, you guys are backing me up. I appreciate y'all for that. Because I'm like, what? Kvaratskhelia is world class now? No. Like, I'll put him on the tier below where I put all of the really good players who aren't absolutely, unequivocally consistent world class players who can go into any team.
You don't like that?
Yeah, that's it. You like that?
Yeah.
Y'all, we're going to throw up a Barcelona, the new Barcelona jersey, and I'm curious what y'all think about it at halftime. But yeah, Lancelot says that too. By the moment, he's not world class. And it's a lot to be world class. I don't even think Dembele is world class. I think he's teetering on the edge and coming into that conversation. But like, it's a different era. I think unlike back in the day where we had, MSN and BBC, and then we had like Rooney's and the Drogbas on teams, and we had, like world-class players everywhere. I can only really name 3 players who I truly believe are world-class, and that's Mbappe, that's Mo Salah, and honestly, he's kind of teetering on the edge too, but Erling Haaland. Those are the only players I think can go into any team and be the guy. And that's how I consider world-class. Dembele is getting there. Another argument was Vinny Jr. Curious what y'all think about that, but I think I already know, just because of the resounding attitude around Vinny. Again, I think Vinny is a great player, but it takes just a little bit more to be that world class. And because Mbappe was able to come into this team and kind of displace Vinny and score his own 40 goals despite having a bad season, and Vinny Jr., was too much displaced. Like, you would never, I don't even think Messi, when he got into PSG, what was Neymar, Messi, or Mbappe displaced. They were just over, they were just an unbalanced team. Mbappe, Neymar, Messi, they all got off. It was just Marquinhos, Verratti. They had to pay for it. Now Luis Enrique has come in and absolutely balanced this team out. Rusharm says he hasn't been world class ever since they traded Casio and Pepe for wine and baguettes. Osimhen, I will also say, is world class. Like, it's a kind of a different level because he is 26 and at Galatasaray when he should be at a bigger club. Again, blame Arsenal. Chelsea, we knew what we were doing. We knew he wanted us. We wanted him, but he wants too high of wages. So maybe that's killing his world-classness. Jordan's in the building. He said, I told these guys to look out for Fabian Ruiz. I don't know when we heard that from you, Jordan, but what's up? Paul Rogers says, if he's not world-class, what's Mbappe? He hiding this game. I don't think Mbappe is hidden at all. He's actually the only player I've seen on Madrid. Besides Jude with that tackle. That was a great tackle from Jude. Jordan says, wait, so Mo Salah is world-class now? Listen, Mo Salah is probably one of the most consistent players on earth right now. He got his 26-piece, 30-piece, whatever this year. He did his thing. And he's been doing it for 5 years running. Everybody was talking about Mane, and I agree. Like, Mane really helped Mo Salah in those golden years for Liverpool. But Mane is nowhere to be found now.
I thought you were saying Musiala at first.
Oh, Musiala, yeah.
Like, what?
Nah. Musiala is a young boy.
Yeah.
Well, I don't even know if we can qualify him as a young boy. I put him in, Jude and Musiala are in that same crew, which is probably in the same crew as Saka, and the same crew as Alex Isak. Those players, that's where Kvaratskhelia is to me. All of those players, great. Absolutely great. They're the top tier of the top tier, but they're not world class. I'm not going to lie. I'm also curious where Endrick comes. Wow, that was a great ball from Wales, and they just could not defend it. Wow, what a ricochet. That's how Wales scored? Okay, France is going to trounce Wales for sure second half. Jordan said, I praised Cole, but not Salah. Well, no. We gotta recognize on what ends. That's right. Me and Jordan had a conversation yesterday about Mo Salah not being Mbappe. I can't remember what the classification was, Jordan, but it was basically like Mo Salah is world class, but he's not based on consistency. Oh, generational. That's what we were talking about. Mo Salah is not generational, bro. Mo Salah is world class, and it's taken time for him to build up to it. But Cole Palmer, to me, is generational. Now, it's tough to say that when he went on a 6-month drought, but still, on a team like Chelsea, where you're constantly bringing in new players every time, and you're not going to touch Cole Palmer, that just gives you an indication. The same thing you can say about Lamine Yamal. Mo Salah never had that, bro. He crashed out of Chelsea. He crashed out of Fiorentina, got to Roma, really did his thing. And then he didn't really crash out of Fiorentina, but he had to build himself back up.
Damn me.
Courtois took it in the A, running into his own post, while Dembele is just chipping. Look at Dembele. He's laughing. He's like, shit, I thought it was a cross, but I actually felt like just chipping Courtois. And that would have gone in. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Halftime, people. This is where the World Cup final is going to be. And you know what? I was a little salty about it before because I think they're better stadiums. I think SoFi, AT&T, and Mercedes-Benz are better than MetLife. But it looks pretty.
Is SoFi wide enough, though? That's the thing.
How much is it going to really cost? $100,000 is a drop in the bucket to widen a field for a World Cup final.
I know, could they, though?
I think they have the ability to. Or I think they'd have to do construction, but do the fucking construction. First of all, I think you just take out certain, because it's like a certain dimension to make it wide enough. So you just take out a certain
It was the width of the field. The length was fine for the Copa.
Right. So then maybe you take out a certain stanchion, or
Can you even do that with that stadium?
I don't know, but that's a grotesque oversight by builders. If y'all aren't going to allow for a World Cup, dog, what are we talking about? That's another reason I don't F with SoFi like that. Mercedes-Benz is the top of the top. I'm telling y'all right now, Mercedes-Benz Stadium is that stadium. 3-0 halftime, y'all. What thoughts? Okay, so we're definitely going to show you the Barca jersey. We're going to have y'all vote. We should do multiple jerseys. What other jersey drops have I seen that are fire? Paul Rogers says Mo Salah is a winger, not a forward. Paul Rogers, if Liverpool ever play a 4-4-2, I'll be on your page. But Mo Salah is and has been a forward for years. That man don't play no defense. He does not get back on the wings. That is Trent and Mo Salah up and down. And that's why they were getting exposed, because neither of them were playing defense on that wing. Into the first half. Is DJ EJ in the background? Jordan says, yes, he is. He's here, baby. He says, what's up? Jordan.
Oh.
Jordan was here yesterday for the game.
Okay.
Jordan, a.k.a. Justin. That's how we call him.
Why does anybody know me on this?
El Samahi going back with this. He says he's Egyptian, and he still doesn't consider Salah one of the 3 best players in Egyptian history. Paul Rogers says Madrid fans are dropping tears in their paella now. El Samahi's giving us his 4 top. He's put number 5 at Mo Salah. You know what? Let's throw that in there. El Samahi, I still have not looked up your squad. But I still have not looked up these players because I do not know any of them except for Hossan Hassam. I think I've heard of him. But Abu Trika, I will definitely look up. Issam El Hadari, we'll definitely have to look up. El Khatib, we'll look up. Yeah. That's how it looks, y'all. Looks like an absolute murder. Yo, Paul Rogers shouting out Jordan in the chat. Roger Vendetta has joined over here on Instagram. What's happening, bruh?
You're watching the Vanda Pharmaceuticals halftime show. Vanda Pharmaceuticals, innovating in the service of people's pursuit of happiness.
What was a highly anticipated matchup is quickly turned into the 3-0 lead. PSG up over Real Madrid after the first half. We'll go ahead and
Just checking on the ETA. Sorry, guys. We're going to look at some stuff. Roger Vendetta says, we're getting wrecked, bro. Our defense is in shambles. Yeah, man. I hate to see it. You know, those 2 mistakes, the biggest things you got to do against PSG is not make mistakes, especially in the back. It's got to be route 1. And not once, but twice. They couldn't figure that out. Fernandez, 21,000 on Instagram says, who is your top 5 in Ballon d'Or? It doesn't matter. If it's not Dembele, it's not nobody. But I would say Dembele. I would say Mbappe. I would say Lamine Yamal. Should Mo Salah be in there? I don't know. I don't know if he should. But maybe. Are there non-attacking Ballon d'Or candidates? Because I think I need to put Mendes up there, bro. Like PSG aren't PSG without Mendes. And we already knew Hakimi was the better defender of them, but Mendes has had a season. I think he definitely should be in the top 5 of Ballon d'Or. So let me do it again. Dembele, Mendes, Mbappe, Yamal, and shit. Maybe I'll throw Rafinha in there because he had like a good kind of season. Never the best player, even when he was scoring all those goals. Never the best player in world football World Club football for me. But God, that 1-2 with Dembele, what a goal, bro! What a goal. So yeah, Fernandez, that's mine. Asensio confidence lower than sea level, and Rudiger not fit. Even I make those mistakes. Yeah. I'm curious where David Alaba is. I was really thinking we might see him. So we'll see. I definitely think PSG. I think not PSG. I think Real Madrid. I think the boy Xabi Alonso needs to get to the board and invest in a defender, man. Also, again, strange that Trent's not playing. Maybe we'll see. Maybe he's hurt. We'll have to take a look. Kudos to PSG though. What a team Luis Enrique has put together. Facts, absolute facts. Dembele, Ballon d'Or, Vitinha definitely deserves a shout. Quite frankly, I think João Pedro was a really good addition to that PSG side as well as William Pacho. Roger Vendetta said, Trent is injured, bro. Costing Madrid $300K a week. Yikes. Rian says Rafinha for Ballon d'Or. I'll give you that, Rian. I'm sorry if I mispronounced. Yeah, I guess Rafinha can be the fifth candidate, but he was never. Like when Rafinha really lost it for me is when he stole that goal in the Champions League from Kubarsi. He was ghost all game, and then he stole that goal, and then he ended up getting like an 8.0 rating. And I was just like, bruh, I don't want to hear it. But he also did hit some bangers in the Champions League. We can't forget about that. Absolute bangers. Also, he said he'll be back soon, definitely. Asensio is overrated. I don't know. I think Asensio is rated right for being an 18-year-old, right? It's like saying Yamal's overrated. You don't know because they're so young. You can't really rate them quite yet. You can just be excited about their potential. And I think Madridistas are excited about Asensio's potential, as they should be. I mean, in the Champions League, he was really playing. Paul Rogers says, bro, Mo Salah is playing at the best, toughest league in the world and smashing numbers and won the title. That's absolute facts all across the board. And he's not in the equation. Come on, bro. You already know, Paul. You got to win Champions League or be in Champions League to really get that, to really get in that equation. And Liverpool just kind of flamed out too quickly. That was the issue. It's like, Liverpool, y'all are too good. Y'all weren't they the first seed? Right? It was them 1, Barca 2, and then who knocked them out? I can't even remember. That's how early they got knocked out in the groups, in the knockouts. It was just kind of like, nah, Liverpool. That was it Madrid who knocked them out? I can't remember. Somebody can answer that for me. Asensio is good, overshadowed by Hoyson. I forgot Hoyson's missing in this lineup. And those 2 back-to-back PKs. You're right. I forgot about Hoyson. That's the reason they're that's the reason they're really struggling in the back. Salah was beast, to be honest. For me, top 5 in Ballon d'Or. Is he number 5? Because I'll easily put Salah ahead of Rafinha. I think Salah had probably was more important than Rafinha. I can't even say that though. Rafinha scored like 30 goals and had like 18 assists or something like that. It was some crazy stats. Here comes Jordan with his who are you talking about? Who scored the big banger? I can confirm Abu Trika is one of the best Egyptian footballers of all time. He scored a banger against Ochoa. I got you. Baller. For me, Ballon d'Or is Dembele, says Ryan. Definitely, bro. Definitely, it can't be any other. I don't respect the Ballon d'Or. I just want y'all to know right now, I like having conversations because there's no other real trophy to put it in. Like we could easily just be like, who's been the best player on earth this year? But I'm not a big fan of the Ballon d'Or. Over time, it's disappointed me in terms of selection. It's shown to be very political. Rodri winning it last time killed it. After Rodri, I'm just like, bruh, nah. Absolutely not. El Samai, he says, what did Salah offer to the Egyptian national team? Didn't he get them to an African Cup of Nations final? And they lost out to Senegal? Didn't that happen? I don't know. Salah is definitely world class. He's a world class contributor for club and country. But you know, you got to do more for club, I think. Rusharm says, talking about Asensio, he says, the dude's an 18-year-old center back who has people comparing him to Ramos. He's not overrated. Let the kid develop. I 100,000 trillion% agree with you. That's big facts. Roger Vendetta says Salah has better numbers than Rafinha. That would be the decider for me, just actual stats, since they are forwards and it's about goals and assists for them. What else we got here, y'all? Ochoa is the greatest World Cup keeper of all time. Argue with a wall. Justin just trying to get all of his Mexican factoids and appreciation out. And I ain't mad at you, bro. Viva Mexico for going ahead and spanking US in that Gold Cup final. PSG knocked us out of the winner. Oh, okay. That's right. You guys did lose to PSG. That's right. Y'all lost to PSG after actually taking a first leg win when you really shouldn't have. Y'all had no business beating PSG at home. And they took that personally, Michael Jordan type shit. They took that personally and came and ran amok at Anfield. I remember that game. You're right. I remember it now. But the winner of that tie was always going to win the UCL, says Paul Rogers. Yeah, I could see that, but man. I'm curious where y'all think Barcelona is, because until PSG really showed their strength in the quarterfinals, semifinals, and then smacked Inter up, y'all were saying, man, Barcelona should get to the final and win it. They just happen to lose to Inter. So where do y'all think Barcelona lies in this? Jordan says, number 1, Dembele, number 2, Rafinha, number 3, Yamal. Nah, bruh. Nah. I'll keep Yamal at 3. I think Yamal has an argument for being 2. He was that good, but his numbers don't show it across the season. So I put him at 3. Number 2's got to be Mendes. I know defenders don't usually get it, but shit, we saw Rodri, a defensive midfielder, get it last year. So what are we talking about? Let's see. Raul Asensio is overrated, says Jordan. You already heard our thoughts on that for sure. Jazzy Jeff, our first troll of the day. What's up, Jazzy Jeff? Saying all kinds of wild stuff. Who is he talking about? He said Raul Asensio is 22. I'm pretty sure he's like 18, 19, isn't it? I don't know. It says 22 years old, 2023. Yeah, 22. He's still a young guy, though. You're right. Maybe 18 was wild. I don't know where I got 18 from. Who's the 18? Oh, Kubarsi. I'm mixing him with Kubarsi on Barcelona. My bad. You're right. Barcelona is still a top 5 club. Yeah, we'll see. I don't think they got enough defense to be top 5, but they certainly have the offense. But they have an aging striker, and they have no defense. It's going to be real tough for them, I think. Despite how bad Madrid is playing right now, it's going to be an interesting La Liga season. Coin flip league. Rian says Real loses to PSG. PSG loses to Botafogo. Botafogo loses to Red Bull Bragantino. Red Bull Bragantino loses to Botafogo Sporting. Botafogo Sporting loses to Paysandu. Paysandu loses to Atletico PR. Is Atletico the best team? No. Nah, you were lucky in Paris, and honestly, PSG, and you were lucky in Liverpool, but they definitely ran amok. I think. Hold on, should we go back to possession stats of that game? I still didn't get a chance. We got such a good discussion going here that I didn't get a chance to review the Barcelona jersey, but we'll do that. But let me see, PSG versus Liverpool. Let me remember, because you're right. I don't remember that much. I do not remember that well. They lost 1-0 in the first leg, despite having 70% possession. 1.78 expected goals to Liverpool's 0.27, and 27 total shots. That was the loss. That was PSG's loss to Liverpool. Now let me see the win, the 1-0 win off of the penalties.
3-1.
And France is doing their thing, running amok. 3-1. Yeah, you're right. Stats were a lot more favorable for Liverpool in the second leg. They played like they had some spec for themselves at home. Still a 2.63 goal. Like, I remember specifically PSG missing like 3 goals in that game. 3 easy goals. They had 21 total shots to Liverpool's 19, 8 shots on target to Liverpool's 3, 4 big chances to Liverpool's 2. Not bad. Not bad. You're right. I'm tripping, Paul Rogers. Liverpool did play like they had some spec for themselves, because they do. But still, they got bounced out early. It's unfortunate. Tough that they had to face PSG.
Look how they scored this. Took it from the goalie.
France is taking a page out of PSG's notebook. That's an ugly goal.
Yep.
High press. Taking it off the keeper. Oh, Sabrina Kouchaoui is on the bench this game. One of the baddest in the game. BVB Glazer says, W stream. What's up, BVB? Welcome back. Appreciate you. Rian says, the Allison was so good in this game. Yeah, Paul Rogers, you're right. Just like Jordan just called me out. Guys, feel free to call me out. There's so much football being played, it's really tough to remember. Did Xabi Alonso make no changes? I guess what changes could he have made? Look at this. This is a goal. Is he offside? Okay, he's offside. Desiree was just offside. It's just so easy for them to get in. Oh, no, it was Dembele who was offside. After his curling run, Doué was not offside. Interesting. Paul Rogers, I think PSG have the strongest midfield in world football. Absolutely. João Neves, Vitinha, Fabian Ruiz, who I never rated Fabian Ruiz, but the guy is doing his thing. Kvaratskhelia. What's up, y'all? Instagram, if you're just joining, we are watching PSG versus Real Madrid in this epic semifinal matchup. Real Madrid do not have it. PSG are running away with it. We're also watching France versus Wales. It's 3-1 on that side. It does seem like Wales. Oh, my God, Gonzalo. So where's Rodrigo going? Oh, man, Mbappe. Mbappe's trying to do a lot himself. Commentators are echoing me like Rodrigo is headed to Chelsea or Barcelona or something. Ooh, Jude gets a shot off. Maybe we need to see more shots from Jude. Ruth Sherm says PSG spreading that Madrid back line. Pause. And creating 3v3s. Take a bow, Luis Enrique. Yeah, man. Yeah, Dembele. They're just showing Dembele how he was offside. Ooh. They're not even going to sub on Carvajal or Modric in their final Real Madrid game. What a shame, says Jordan. Carvajal for sure not. Because he's returning from an ACL injury. You don't want to come back from an ACL injury and have to face fucking PSG. That's wild. Modric, he's probably going to come on soon, but I don't know. He's actually warming up now that Tchouaméni is down on the ground. Man, Mbappe is just having some trouble ever since leaving PSG. Ow, that hurts Gonzalez. That looks like a... Yikes. Looked like Tchouaméni's ankle went out and João Neves' leg went out. All right, and here we go with some Amber Alerts. Breaking news. It's a murder. We are witnessing a murder. PSG versus Real Madrid.
Somebody's last seen in Baldwin Hills is gone.
Crazy. Mine didn't go off, but I also have mine on Do Not Disturb. Interesting. Paul Rogers says Modric is about 45. I will say, to be a 40-year-old player and still be worth enough money. Actually, I think he's going to Madrid on a free. Not Madrid, Milan on a free. But for him, for Milanos to be excited about him is pretty crazy. They lost Reinders to Man City, and they're getting Modric. And we'll see. Maybe the Italian league, the style of play, will help elongate his career. There it is. My phone is just late. Silver alert. Craziness outside, man. Sometimes you just got to stay inside and watch ball. Jordan says Real should sub off Garcia, move Valverde to the midfield, and put Camavinga on at right back. Also sub Asensio and put in Militao. I'm curious about Militao. As you talk about it, I forgot all about him. But we have not seen him feature at all. Is he still injured? What's going on? What we do know is we see Mbappe still trying. And if I were to bet on it, I'd say Mbappe has a goal in him in this game. Might be 5-1, but he's got a goal in him. Damn, that was actually a good opportunity. I agree with you on that as well, Jordan. I just don't think... I think Rodrigo is in talks to get up out of there. So I don't think we're going to see him. He's played, a total of 10 minutes this whole tournament? Hopefully Xabi Alonso had a nice little chat with him, and he was like, listen, bro, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tight. The system I play, you're either going to have to play wing. Unfortunately, Rodrigo can't even fight Jude for a kind of attacking midfield spot, Jude or Valverde. So, because they're really more box-to-box spots. So that's just what it is. Paul Rogers said, what are you having to eat? That's a great question, bro. No scran right now. I just had some of my boys' goldfish. Gonna have to figure that out. The issue with these games, and halfway through the day, I don't eat in the morning. I intermittently fast. And then I get so exhausted just watching these games. Streaming, it seems like it's easy because we're watching the games, and it is easy. Don't get me wrong. But, I am overly engaged, very excited every time I watch ball. And I got 2 games up. So it takes a lot out of me. Then add that to me eating a big meal at 2 p.m. My day is over. And I can't afford to have that happen today. So I might have a salad. Keep it light. Maybe we'll go get some poke, something like that. I think I'm getting some internet issues now. Vigo Strawberg on Instagram. What's up, bro? Welcome. Appreciate you tapping in. Definitely stay live with us right here, or you can come on over to the YouTube channel. I don't even have my my little ticker up that I usually have. Come talk footy with us. We're right here, youtube.com/@eatprayball. But again, I like to stay live on Instagram, so stay tapped in. The question is, are you watching the game? Ardell, what's up? I watched USA versus Mexico. The flopping, the faking, and stalling in late minutes makes it unwatchable. I feel you on that, bro. And it is one of those things that is annoying. I will say some teams are more I don't even want to say adept. Some teams kind of milk that more than others. Mexico is very much known for those dark arts, as we call them, where, you know, if you're winning a game or you have a result and you want it to hold and you're just waiting for clock to tick out, you will absolutely start to just kind of crawl on the ground. So I agree with you, but I don't know. I kind of, you know, put it as the same thing of, you know, second quarter, you're watching basketball and teams are just jacking up threes for no reason. And it's just, you know, that's kind of unwatchable too. Like sometimes in these games, you get these lulls where it's not as intense. I will say, even if I'm comparing this to NBA finals, I really like games didn't really even get interesting, especially if we're talking about the finals, right? Indiana and OKC, there were a couple blowouts and one really tight game, and there was an upset, right? Like the game one, OKC was up damn near 20, and the game didn't really get good until the fourth quarter, and they ended up losing, which was kind of crazy. So I will just say, as it relates to a total game, since there are ebbs and flows in the game, like right now in this Club World Cup, and like I said, France is running away with it now. Wales is not powerful enough, and maybe Annie is right. France really is the powerhouse, huh? Oh, there's so many black girls on France. And they've been playing these girls, and they're all ballers. None of them quite at the ilk of Spain. Maybe Danny. I don't see Cascarino. But yeah, good goal from France.
Oh, that's come on, keep her fucking up.
Ardell, that behavior should be penalized, and the game would be so much more watchable. I agree with you, but how do you penalize the game? The only thing they try to do is add more time to the clock. But yeah, it's tough to penalize flopping. They do it sequentially, strategically, I should say, when it makes sense. But I agree. That's not my favorite part of the game. Hockey is earnest, best spectator sport. Soccer should penalize guys for embellishment, would change the game for good. Again, though, you can't really penalize guys for, I mean, they do penalize guys for embellishment, but you can't measure embellishment of an injury. If you get kicked and you go down and decide to stay down, there's no way to enforce a penalty on that. That's up to you. Now, if you don't get kicked and you dive, they have penalties for that. You get a card immediately. So it just depends. I'm not going to say anything about hockey because I actually love hockey. The issue with hockey for me is it's not as good of a spectator sport on television. Just the game is too fast. It's you miss a lot of that heavy hitting. Man, and Dembele's getting subbed out. What minute are we at? At the 58th minute. They're still protecting the boy Dembele, letting him get his Ballon d'Or run. They don't want no smoke. They're bringing in Gonzalo Ramos and Bradley Barcola because they already know the game is won. That is crazy. At the 58th minute. And I want you guys to watch Bradley Barcola. By the way, Ardell, are you watching this game right here? Because there is no embellishment here. This is one superpowered team against another great team who don't quite have those superpowers. Some final words from Xabi Alonso. By Fran Garcia, big header away from Nuno Mendes. Ardell says in-person hockey is a shit, violent ballet. I agree with that. It's just a very difficult game to translate, even more difficult than soccer, right? Like to understand being on skates, flying up and down a relatively small arena too. Getting checked. You don't know when somebody's getting checked, what's a penalty and what's not. Sometimes there are a lot of intricate rules, but I guess you could say the same thing about soccer for people who don't really understand the game. Absolutely. Violent ballet. But yeah, I agree with you. I would love to see if you embellish, you play a man down, or maybe even like bring in kind of the hockey power play kind of vibes if you see something like that. But It's not as much being a man down in soccer is not as much as a power play as it is in hockey. I'll say that too. Teams can play. Shoot, PSG were 2 men down against Bayern and managed to score a goal. So, just depends. El Samahi, 4-3 coming soon. I don't know, my dog. I do not know. Ardell coming in with big facts, and I love to hear it, bro. I would love to see the American men raise up and compete. Hold that thought as Bradley Barcola gives the ball away. Come on, Valverde. What are we doing now, huh? You're going to easily give it to Guler. Oh, not. You're going to give it to Vinny, who doesn't know what to do with it. Mbappe's on the other side of the field. He squeezes it in. Here's Madrid trying to come with the press, but they're out. Back to Ardell's comment. I would love to see the American men raise up and compete. That would get me to watch more. I love the nation v nation games more than club. I can agree with that, bro. I can absolutely agree with that. And that's one of the biggest things that I've highlighted too, as one of the issues in America that everybody recognizes. We want superstars. We want the American teams to compete. And I'm not going to lie, they do compete. Us at the last World Cup, we played well. We're unfortunate to just be out-coached by Netherlands. Wow. Great tackle, Asensio. Oh, that was Valverde. Man, Valverde playing again. Here comes Vinny Jr. running through the middle on 3 defenders. Facts. I will say, though, Ardell, that was our B team that lost to Mexico. We probably would have won if we had all our players, but that tournament in the line of tournaments wasn't as important. It's actually more important to get younger players to pop on the scene for that tournament. So, again, I'm really proud of what those young players did. And, you know, we're going to see a lot more of that as we go further towards the World Cup. Yo, Lady Brenda's in the building. Boop, 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 boop. Our favorite or OG Liverpool fan and South African. What's up, Lady Brenda? What's going on? How are you? You missed a lot of Mo Salah conversations. Jude. Oh, I would have loved to see that too. I would have loved to see Jude score a goal. Why are we throwing it to Vinny's head?
Is Jude still dating that hoe?
Yeah. Not is Jude still dating that hoe, though. Yo, they're treating Jude like he's Travis Hunter out here. That's crazy. Jude just happens to be a high-profile man, and he's got a woman who's used to dealing with high-profile men at his side right now. But, you know,
Very used to it.
they look cute together.
She look cute with everybody.
She looked cute with everybody. Is crazy. Great swinging by Mbappe. That was nice.
Dang, so he really loved him.
You know, like, it just, I do think it takes a certain kind of woman to deal with. You know what I mean? Like, no. Be honest. Like, think about the top athletes in the world outside of LeBron James. Most of them are with these chicks who have been with other top athletes in the world. Like, it's not.
No, that's not. I don't know about.
I don't know. Just name 5 top athletes. Don't try to think about it. Just name a big athlete.
LeBron.
All right.
Mbappe.
Yeah.
Neymar.
Yeah.
Messi.
Yeah. Okay. Messi, LeBron, who I always compare to them, high school sweethearts. Very smart. Like, if you're raising a young baller, you gotta maybe tell him to just choose early. Mbappe is having big issues. He's been with, you know, he's been in the news with his one trans girlfriend that he had, and then
He knew.
I don't know what the whole situation is, but I just remember it was a thing, and it must have been a PR issue because that relationship was never highlighted and never done again. And we haven't actually seen Mbappe publicly with anybody since, right? Who else did you name? Messi, you're right. Messi, Neymar. Neymar has definitely been with the pros. He's definitely had some. Neymar got like, shit. Neymar just had a new baby with. Now she's a famous chick, so she's not necessarily And shoot, Yamin Lamal, somebody got to talk to my boy. Because he's out here. I mean, he's just 17, and it just looks. I mean, he's about to turn 18 this weekend, but you know, he's out here with 39-year-olds. He's out here with porn stars. He's out here with this and that. You know, you just don't know. Lady Brenda says Real Madrid comeback. Wayne Ferrier said, thought you were a Chelsea fan. Wayne, I am a Chelsea fan, but since we hadn't been in the Champions League for so many years, and I've been a Neymar fan and Zlatan fan for as long as I can remember. I've adopted, and I speak French, and I love French culture, and I go to Paris often. I definitely have an affiliation with Paris, but definitely a Chelsea fan. I'm very scared for this final. Diogo says he's back. Modric is decent, says El Samahi. I'll have to see. Lamine Yamal or Ronaldo? Which Ronaldo? What are we talking about here? Ronaldo, bro. We'll soon see the biggest betrayal. You going from wearing a PSG jersey to wearing a Chelsea jersey on Sunday, says Oscar Munoz on Instagram. And it's facts, but like, come on now. Y'all got to know. Y'all have been on my live streams. You know, in the Champions League, I've always been a PSG supporter. In terms of the French League, I've always been a supporter of France football, while everybody wants to call it the Farmers League. We know what's really going on here. We know what's really going on. It's all PR. Because if there's any Farmers League in the world, it's Germany. Absolutely. And second in that race is Spain. It's just they luckily have two of the best teams in the world. Plus, and Fran Garcia was never going to, or was that Brahim Diaz? That's Brahim Diaz. So we got Gonzalo Garcia, Luka Modric, Brahim Diaz, and Mbappe's there. Did he pull Vinny off for Brahim Diaz? Did I miss that? All this chat about Mbappe's love life and Jude's love life? Oh, she's cute. That's tough. So this is when I say Vinny's not world class. You can't be yanked in a game like this. Again, it doesn't really mean anything. Oh, here's Militao too. Wow, I missed all these subs. Hold on, we got to go back through these subs one time.
Yo, this is Aaron from Black Arrow FC. We are partnering with Destination Crenshaw and the Crenshaw community. FIFA Club World Cup Final. Right here in Edgewood Dome Plaza, we're throwing the biggest watch party in Crenshaw. Ice cream, DJs, drinks, brunch, playing some stuff too. Now pull up, come early, 10 a.m.
He already put the PSG Chelsea jersey on here. This is fire.
This looked like pick up on Sunday how wide open this joint is.
It does look like it. Just no midfield. Right. Offense versus defense.
Everybody struggles to get back behind the ball. All right. All 11 of us here. All right, let's go. This is looking slower.
Guys are just tired from running up and down.
Right. Like, look at the defense.
Here comes Militao. I'm actually happy to see Militao back. I think he's going to be really important in this Madrid campaign this year. The thing is, we know PSG is a well-oiled machine. Madrid are just coming to learn themselves, and they're just coming back with players. So we'll see what happens with Carvajal, Militao. Look at Mbappe, but too much. But we see Mbappe's out here trying everything he can. I'm going to be really interested over the course of the season what Xabi Alonso does, because I would love to see this as a Champions League final. That is, of course, if unless Chelsea really turn up. Look at Barcola. What do they call it? Out of bounds? Yeah, they did.
Yo, this is Aaron from Black Arrow FC. We are partnering with Destination Crenshaw and the Crenshaw community. FIFA Club World Cup final. Right here in Intuit Dome Plaza, throwing the biggest watch party in the country. We got ice cream, we got DJs, we got drinks, we got brunch, we got playing some stuff too. Y'all pull up, come early, 10 a.m. See y'all Sunday.
Gonzalo Garcia makes way. He will not add to the 4 goals that he has scored in the tournament so far. Danny Carvajal, who has won 5 Club World Cups in their previous format with Real Madrid, started all 5 finals, has come on.
Sorry guys, I'm getting.
Alonso may be able to accomplish a couple of important things today, bringing on Militao and Carvajal for first action.
Well, 3 players. Antonio Rudiger, who missed the first 2 matches in the group stage in his recovery from injury.
Looking for the knocker, the baka, the baka. We'll soon see the biggest betrayal. You going from wearing a PSG? Oh, I'm still looking at Instagram. Sorry, guys. I got a work text. Real Madrid's defense is very funny. Wayne Ferrier says, who would I have on my side, Messi or Ronaldo? Ronaldo, bro. I grew up watching Ronaldo. I grew up watching Messi too, but it wasn't the same. Also, I'm a Premier League fan, so there's like I think that kind of creates a separation too. Like the Ronaldo we saw in the early 2000s at Man United was something to fall in love with. Wow, almost a goal from Gonzalo Ramos. And then to see him then evolve into just a machine, like equally as impressive. But a lot of people kind of, when they talk about Messi versus Ronaldo, they always kind of remark on the brilliance, the talent, the skill of Messi, which absolutely. But they kind of discount Ronaldo for that. And it's like, nah, bro. Like, even if Ronaldo didn't decide that he wanted to turn into a goal machine, he would still be probably generationally talented, would show us all that skill, all that stuff. But, unfortunately, he had a knee injury. He is a winner. He has a winner's mentality first and foremost. And he decided in order to help his team win games, the number one thing was, and this was hard for me because I love this part of his game, he had to stop doing stepovers and start just, being a goal poacher. So I love that about him, that he even had the mental fortitude to just shift. We've seen eras of Ronaldo, absolute eras. And Messi, it's great that he's been able to be in teams, be in one team where he can kind of just be the same all the time. But to see Ronaldo shift that way is really impressive for me. Look at Carvajal. We know he colors his beard. Looking like an old man. Alexa, how old is Ricardo Carvajal?
CompoStandCourier.com. Born April 6,
Ricardo.
1987. Carmichael is 35.
What am I talking about? Alexa, stop.
87 is not 35.
87?
It's 87. That's not 35 years old.
Yeah, that's 37 years old. 36, 37, 38, 37, 38. Bullet! Valverde. What is Carvajal's first name? It's not Ricardo Carvajal. I can't even think about it. When you just kind of get lost in your own sauce? Danny Carvajal. I'm tripping. I was like, Ricardo. It didn't even sound right coming out of my... Alexa, how old is Danny Carvajal?
Daniel Gabriel Carvajal Rodriguez is 36 years old.
36. Hey, yo. By the way, just to refresh the Ballon d'Or conversation, I thought Danny Carvajal could have had an argument. If Rodri had an argument for Ballon d'Or, I think Danny definitely. Rusherm going back to the Lamine testing them seasoned waters. I ain't mad at him, though. Sheesh. El Samai said Paris or Chelsea, bruh. Very difficult for me, but not that difficult. Chelsea all the way. Come on now. I'm a blue through and through. Just Fez. Eric Wiley already talked to me about monetization. I appreciate you, bro. I pressed the button. Though we haven't had the we haven't had the amount of people we usually have in the chat. I don't know where people are today, but they're not here. Xabi Alonso remembered in the 70th minute to support the defense after falling behind 3 goals. Okay. El Samahi giving me the reporter's update. This is facts. This is facts. I will also say that I'm biased towards Ronaldo because I'm 6'4" and I can't even fathom the kind of things Messi does. I couldn't emulate it. I don't have that low center of gravity and all that. So because I couldn't really use him as a role model either, he wasn't my favorite. I agree with that. Wayne Ferrier thinks Messi's the GOAT. I ain't mad at you. El Samahi, we know where his loyalties lie. Abu Trika. Wrong Danny Carvajal, Alexa, says Jordan. Let me see. Daniel Carvajal was born in 92, so he is age 33. Man. Them grays make him look like he's 38 at least. Yeah, Jude Bellingham and Vinny Jr. subbed off. That does sound crazy because PSG routed them. Stifle is aggressive. The commentator on the program is saying that Bayern has shown the best kind of opposition toward PSG thus far, which is true-esque, right? PSG beat themselves, but Botafogo actually showed the best opposition because they beat PSG, right? But I will say that it wasn't a murder against Bayern for PSG, but I do think PSG had a lot of their way. Jordan said that's what defending Messi and Neymar will do to you. Wayne Ferrier says Zizou was up there with the best, absolutely for me, the best midfielder to ever live and play the game. Absolutely. And that's saying a lot. The issue is when I don't think a lot of people disagree with that, but I disagree heavily with people when speaking about who's next on that list. Because a lot of people try to put Xavi there. And I'm just like, bro, what? But that's me. Maybe I just also am not a big Barcelona supporter, even though I love Samuel Eto'o, I love Thierry Henry, I love Ronaldinho. But that's just how that goes. I don't know what's going on with this Fox stream, but France is still trouncing Wales 4-1, and they're looking for more goals. Seems to be a French kind of day with PSG and hold that thought because Bradley Barcola is making that run. Hakimi tried to get it to Gonzalo Ramos, and that's fine. Good D from Militao. So I'm so happy to see Militao back. I really think he's a baller. And before those 2 ACLs that he had to deal with, back when he was playing in the World Cup for Brazil and playing in Madrid, I mean, he was Madrid's best defender to me. Look at these big Parisian dudes in this crowd. Nuno Mendes is out. Kangin Lee Kangin is in. Zizou was there with up there with the best. What about R9? R9 definitely up there with the best. The issue with R9 is his injuries, his partying. I honestly, R9 was probably one of the first strikers I looked up to. Maybe Roberto Baggio too, but R9 was definitely up there. and it's good because he seems to be always among the top players. Anybody says it. Even Thierry Henry says the real Ronaldo, right? Which is a little disrespectful to Cristiano at this stage, but it's real life. Ronaldo Fenomeno was that guy, one of the greatest to do it. But much like Ronaldinho, career just kind of fizzled a little bit. It's kind of crazy if you look back at YouTube videos, seeing him be like grotesquely overweight and still playing for Real Madrid. That just speaks to his talent, but also speaks to the talent level he was playing against back then, right? Like, you could not do that in this day and age. It doesn't matter how talented you are. Messi could never gain 40 pounds and even for Inter Miami be one of the best players on the field. It's just not possible. Jordan says Iniesta was the second best midfielder of all time. I don't know if I can even agree with that. I definitely rate Iniesta. I definitely rate him higher than Xavi. My issue with those two, and again, maybe it's a Barca bias, but like, you don't ever hear Iniesta mentioned without Xavi, and vice versa. Like, that's kind of crazy to me, right? Like, you can't be the greatest, right, as a solo person and be Xavi and Iniesta at all times. That's my issue. R9 is the Derrick Rose of soccer. You're giving Derrick Rose a lot of, I don't know if I would even go there. I'm not sure. Maybe. R9 won things, though. R9 won a World Cup. R9 is more like the, God, I can't even think about it. I wonder who R9 could be compared to, because he is a great of greats. Derrick Rose is more of a like Eden Hazard. Like, the streets will never forget you. And you are top dog, but I don't know. I do not know, Jordan. I don't know, my friend. I think Pirlo's up there by way of midfielders. If we're talking about midfielders, I put him up there. Who else? There are so many midfielders I'm missing. I mean, obviously, Frank Lampard is up there.
It's not just an Arda Güler problem, it's a Jude problem, it's a Tchouaméni problem. The 3-versus-3 PSG against Real Madrid, it's just been completely dominated.
Lucas Vazquez coming on. It's crazy that, like, PSG bring on subs and they're like, potential world beaters in Warren Zaire-Emery, who has a long career ahead of him, Bradley Barcola, Lee Kang-in, and Madrid are putting on Lucas Vazquez, legend, absolute Madrid legend, but kind of washed. Here's Vazquez right now. Great ball, though, out to Brahim. Can you beat Zaire-Emery, Brahim? Good back heel. Got some work, Valverde. And it's just like, they're just on you, bro. They're just on you. I don't know who their fitness coach is. But these guys are speed, and they are just killing. Wayne Ferrier, who do you think is the best player in the Prem at the moment? Mo Salah. Gotta be Mo Salah. If we're going off last year. I'd throw Alex Isak up there in the top 5 at least. Oh, Militao with a header missed. Wait, so did Brahim Diaz come on for Mbappe? Did they fully change the lineup? It looks like it. Who else? Best players? Obviously, I think Haaland is top 5. Based on kind of stats and presence alone, I don't think he's an amazing player, but I think he is very effective and very efficient. Who else? Cole Palmer is probably top 10. Maybe he's number 6. Maybe he's top 5. I'd put Cole Palmer up there. Who am I missing? Who are we missing? I don't know, Wayne. Who would you say? Give me your top 5 in the Prem right now. I'm not going to lie. These semifinals kind of have flattened out the tournament. I really hope that Chelsea is able to put up a good fight. I don't know what kind of shit Maresca is going to have to do, but he's going to have to do something. Like, they just look faster than Madrid. They just all look... Wow, Kang and Lee is out here balling.
Keep in mind, all of these substitutes for PSG are going to want to do everything possible for Luis Enrique. Maybe not necessarily to be a starting 11, but to be one of the impact players off the bench that he's on Sunday.
I know for a fact, though, Levi Colwill and fucking Trevor Chalobah, I think it's probably not going to be Chalobah. It'll probably be Tosin. They cannot make no effing mistakes, bro. I think maybe Reece James has to start. Maybe we try to start Reece James at center back. I know he probably doesn't want to play there because I have never seen Maresca or any other coach try him there. I've seen him in a back 3, but Reece might have to. Oh, Militao with a good shot. Militao's come on and kind of presented himself. Jordan said Zizou had Figo, Beckham, Deschamps, Davids. Nah, bro, you're only talking about well, I guess he had Ooh. Brad Barcola. One more Ramos. He wants his own goal. Oh my God. And it is an absolute rout. 4-0 to the boys. Absolutely crazy. You hate to love to see it. Did he do the Diogo Jota celebration? Did he do the video game celebration? Yeah. Showing love to his Portuguese brethren, Diogo Jota and Andre Silva, I'm sure. Yeah, it's a joke thing, man. Like, this is how I felt in the Premier League when City were at their most dominant. I was just like, this is a joke. Militao almost gets the ball. Barcola does really well. Chouamini's not tracking anybody. None of them are. I mean, that's a tough one. That's a good move from Barcola. The best clubs have the best players, says Jordan. Absolutely. That's true. But sometimes the best players can go to other clubs and still be the best. We didn't get to see that from Xavi or Iniesta, right? We certainly saw it from Pirlo. We certainly saw Pirlo ball out at Milan and at Juve. Certainly saw it from Zizou, right? Zizou not only for club and country, but for Juventus and Madrid. Fernando's in the building. What's up? He says, "Hala, hala, Paris Saint-Germain." France win their Euro tie against Wales 4-0. We knew that was coming. El Samai, he's still holding out hope. Real Madrid will come back 4-5. They better get started quickly. We're in the 89th minute. Can Real Madrid pull a Barca and score 5? When has Barca scored 5? In the 89th minute. Oh, you're talking about La Remontada. Yeah, that 5 came over the course of 90 minutes. Also, even though because again, I'm a big Neymar fan, so what is on Barcola's leg? I guess he's got tape hanging off his leg. Even though I'm a fan of Neymar, and that remontada was absolutely amazing to see, one of those goals shouldn't have counted. They gave a penalty for absolutely nothing in that game. I don't know. I think either Messi converted it or Neymar converted it, but definitely remember that in the remontada. 2 penalties. And that is game OV, game blouses, game Powery, all of it. Absolutely crazy. 4-0 after 90 minutes, y'all. And they are headed back. The European champions are headed back to the Club World Cup Championship to show their dominance in the world. Crazy. Paris versus Chelsea. That is going to be a very interesting matchup. Jordan said, we also saw Pirlo at NYCFC. Yeah. I mean, by that time, he was literally 40. He still balled out, just not at that same clip. El Samai. Real Madrid will return in the second leg. Yeah, man. Yeah. Just Fez. Jordan says, where was Asensio? Asensio was watching as he gave the first goal away to PSG. That's where he was. It was unfortunate, but it happened. That's what happens in these games, man. Fernando said 4-0. That's really bad for Madrid. Yeah, they could at least score 1 or 2, but 0, sheesh. I agree with you. I agree, but it's really tough when you give up that early of goals. You know, if this game had gone 15, 20 minutes with no scoreless, maybe it's a little bit different. Maybe it's most likely it's the same result, but maybe PSG have a little bit more. Look, we have a Rodrigo sighting. He's out there. Power with purpose. Yo, I think I'm going to order some food if you're interested. Chilling. That was smart. I can't eat no more. I have like fried chicken in my fridge and burgers and stuff from Sunday. Sunday was like impromptu, but chill as hell. That was a really good time. All right, y'all. The stage is set. Lancelot said, I expected more from Madrid. I'm not going to lie. I did too, especially as they came out again with this 2 back heels from Jude and I don't know who else was it, Fran Garcia or somebody. They came out firing, but wasn't enough, and it definitely didn't last long enough. But that's what happens when you make those defensive mistakes. Lucas, what's happening? Who do we think should have won? I think PSG should have and did win, for sure. Appreciate your comment over there on Instagram. El Samai said, Real Madrid will wipe the floor with his comical defense like last season. Yikes. Battle of the Champions, says Jordan. Big facts. Conference League champion versus the Champions League champion. A tough task, but I'm really interested in seeing it's 2 young teams. It's 2 very young teams. Actually, I think Chelsea is probably a younger team than even PSG is in that matchup. So we're going to get a lot of energy. There's going to be a lot of running. I'm just curious how we're going to set up. I'm so excited. Y'all, El Samai says that the Club World Cup stronger than the Champions League. I don't think so. I do not think so. But it can be. What it is more is it's more unifying for sure. We got to see the world stage come. We got to see some teams who underperformed from a European side, for a European standpoint, right? Like Atletico Madrid. They were talking about winning this tournament. They got trounced. Who else did we get to see? We got to see great Brazilian teams continue to show on the world stage that, like when we talk about top 5 leagues, maybe y'all need to add, Brazilian Serie A into that because they are ballers. They all topped their groups. They were just unfortunately flaming out. Unfortunately, 2 Brazilian teams had to play each other. It would have been much more interesting if there were some more Brazilian teams on the other side of the bracket. Maybe we would have saw something, but this Club World Cup has been great. And I definitely think already it's put itself in as one of maybe the top 3 best competitions in club football. Like that's kind of where we're at right now. Definitely over Europa League and Conference League. We'll see. We shall see. Yeah, I agree, Fernando. Not even close yet. But let's not discount this Club World Cup. It's been great. It's been great. It's still showing that Europe is the top confederation in the world, which we already knew that. The resources, the money, the everything, they have it. But you know, Inter Miami getting to the knockout rounds is a big deal. Big deal for the MLS. You know, all Brazilian teams topping their group, big deal. There were a lot more storylines. Shoot, even the storyline of the part-time players in Auckland FC. You know, most of those people have day jobs. They play soccer part-time, like kind of like a semi-pro UPSL kind of situation. And to see them out there, despite getting trounced by Bayern, not bad. So I'm loving this Club World Cup, man. And we got one more game to go. CSKA Moscow. Welcome, bro. Welcome, my Russian brother. A true battle for the title of world champions. Unfortunately, it's a battle of Europeans. I agree with you, Jordan. The more we do this, though, over time, the more we'll see other leagues really kind of come out. We'll definitely see. I mean, we've seen Brazilian teams win the Club World Cup before, so it's not off the table. Lancelot said, "Come on, Vinny, in the second leg, you will show yourself." Oh wait, it's over. Yikes. Do I think Chelsea will struggle against PSG? I certainly hope not, but we were going to suffer. Forget struggle. We're going to suffer. And hopefully Maresca builds us up right. Again, getting to the final was already a great feat for us, regardless of what side of the bracket we were on. Obviously, PSG had a tougher road. PSG had an easier road in the Champions League, so whatever. It's just the cookie falls the way the cookie falls. I actually can't say PSG had an easier road because they also had to play Liverpool. But yeah, there it is. We're getting ready for the final. Sunday is gonna be a movie, y'all. There wasn't many in the chat for us today here, but I'm glad you ballers stayed around, stuck around, and stuck it out with us because still great conversation, good talk. Antonio, he's late, but he's here. My dog, welcome. I was just saying that I need you guys to definitely tune in Sunday. I'm going to be going live. We're throwing a huge event, a big block party right here in the heart of Los Angeles in Inglewood, California, in a Black community. Super excited about it. We're expecting over thousands of people. We're expecting. We're going to be displaying it on an 80-foot screen, and I'm going to bring you live here with me to come check out everything. So make sure you show up on Sunday. It'll be great. I'll set up multiple cameras, so you won't just be seeing me. You're going to be seeing everything that's going on in the arena, and at the event. So more to come. Antonio said 4-0 is just embarrassing. Bro, tell me about it. Tell Inter about it. Facts. Jordan says quality over quantity. That's what I'm talking about. And you guys have been quality here in this group chat. I appreciate y'all. Lancelot said Sunday we will have the Project X live stream. Big facts, Lancelot. That's what it's going to be, man. It's going to be a Project X live stream. Make sure you tap in. It's going to be great. Lars says, wait, people actually care about this Club World Cup. You see it. You see it now. You heard it. People do care about this Club World Cup, man. It's been great. It's been good to watch. Obviously, we got 2 European teams in it, the 2 European champions, but it hasn't been all Europe's way. We've seen some big European teams fall. Even PSG got smacked in the face by Botafogo. So it's been a great Club World Cup. Antonio said, I might be doing something, but I'll definitely pop up a few times. I can't wait, bro. Come on in. It is going to be insane. I'm not even quite prepared for it, but I'm going to bring in some friends to help me try to get this, keep the stream alive. Jordan, if you're around, I could definitely use your help. I'll get you a Nike jersey and everything. Just let me know. It's going to be thousands of people for sure. See you in the final, brother. I hope Chelsea wins. My dog, El Samahi, appreciate you tapping in. I will see you on Sunday. It's going to be a good one. Some teams just play like a preseason tournament. What is that tour? Fernando, I'm looking at. I see. El Samahi did say he thinks the Club World Cup stronger because it includes teams from other continents, which I agree with. And it makes the Club World Cup, again, more inclusive, it is stronger, more inviting. But, yeah, European teams are still dominant. Obviously, PSG is certainly the best team in the world. So that's what we see. Before Sunday, will I do another live stream? If I do, it will be the Spanish. It'll be a Spain women's Euro game. I think we have one on Friday, their third game in the group stage. Actually, I probably won't do that because Spain are already through to the next round. Let me see. Let me see what the lineup is. By the way, we have LAFC versus Colorado tonight. Just back to some MLS action. Just got to do some house tidying. Yeah, we have Italy versus Spain and Portugal versus Belgium on Friday. That might be interesting. That is fire. That is a fire graphic. BR Football have already put out Cole Palmer versus Dembele. They are setting the stage. Chelsea versus PSG. It's going to be amazing, bro. A Nike jersey, my friend. Jordan, come pull up. Come pull up. I just need you to help manage the stream for me because I'm going to be emceeing the event. I'm emceeing the event with thousands of people. I cannot wait. It's going to be so fun. We're going to have pop-ups, activations. We're going to have football fashions, boutiques there. We're going to have food. We're going to have, the most important part for me is we're going to have some community pickup 4v4. Nike is sponsoring it. It's gonna be amazing, y'all. So y'all definitely pull up. It's gonna be great. Lancelot, I will let you know. Please stay tapped into the stream. More than likely, I'll have a live stream with this women's Euro. We'll watch the Italy, Spain, and Portugal, Belgium. That's another group of death. The women's Euro is really interesting in that way. Portugal is not really a deadly team, but Italy's probably going to get trounced by Spain too. But we'll see. Portugal, Belgium. There's a lot to play for in that tie. So more to come. But if I do a live stream before Sunday, it will be that women's Euro on Friday. Come tap in. Unfortunately, you didn't complete the broadcast. You definitely completed the broadcast, El Samahi. So I appreciate you coming in. We'll see you on Sunday. Assalamu alaikum, bro. Appreciate you tapping in. Jordan said, did we invite Football Boutique? Did we? Football Boutique is absolutely going to be one of our marquee fashion brands who are going to be there showing vintage soccer jerseys and all that. So Football Boutique is tapped in for sure. Forte abrazo. Brigado, Yermao, Lancelot. We will see you Sunday. It's going to be a great one. Make sure, sorry guys, my energy is coming down because I've just been up trying to get this event together. So we got more coming. Definitely make sure you tap in Sunday. Make sure you've subscribed and hit that bell for notifications to see when the next live stream is, because we'll probably try to go live. Jordan, maybe we can do a little fun thing and have a little FIFA live. Once everything is all set for the event, I should have some time on Friday, and maybe we can watch the Women's Euro and then do a little FIFA, because I still need to get Jordan on these sticks. He'd be talking a lot of shit. We're going to see. But I love y'all, bro. Appreciate all the ballers pulling up and making these streams worth it. This is what it's about. It's about connecting with people around the world, and it's about watching this beautiful game we love. You'll never watch alone here. So tap in with me. Make sure you hit the bell, and we will see you soon. We will see you on the next stream. Appreciate y'all.